Patakam means flag. In Patakam, all the fingers are together and the thumb is bent at the first joint. Examples of Patakam could include showing a river by softening the hands, or suffering by shaking the hands from the wrist, or simply showing here and there. Patakam is another kind of flag, the pointed banner that flies from the top of a temple. As with Patakam, all the fingers are together and the thumb is bent at the first joint. In this gesture, however, the ring finger is bent at the second joint and is at right angles to the other fingers like this. Patakam can be used to show a tree by extending the arms upwards and bending to suggest branching. And using another gesture, Alapadmam, I can put a pigeon in the tree, or it's used to denote turning with both hands doing the Patakam gesture, one at waist level and the other above the head. Ardha Patakam means half flag. As with Patakam, all the fingers are together and the thumb is bent at the first joint. In this gesture, however, the last two fingers are bent at the second joint and are at right angles to the upright fingers, like this. Ardha Patakam can be used to mean tender leaves by shaking one hand from the wrist like this. Or it can be used to denote a saw by swinging it back and forwards from the wrist. Or it can simply mean the number 2. Aralam simply means bent. The fingers are brought together and the thumb bent, like an earlier gesture you might have seen, Patakam. The first finger is bent at the second joint, at right angles to the other fingers. A small gesture like this can be used to show something big and powerful, like violent wind. Or it can simply mean that I'm drinking something, poison maybe, or nectar. Suchi means needle. The last 3 fingers are bent down into the palm and the thumb is placed across them. The index finger remains upright. Using Suchi, I can discriminate between 2 objects, or I can threaten my enemy. I can also show the whole world by rotating my wrist. Mushti means fist. We make a fist with the hand with the thumb on the outside. I can use mushti to show arrogance by keeping the hand close to the chest and twisting the gesture. Or if someone grasps my hair, I can get ready to fight. Kartari Mukham literally means face of scissors. In Kartari Mukham, the middle finger comes forward and the ring finger goes back, twisting round each other. The lower sections of each of these fingers remain in contact while the upper parts separate. Kartari Mukham can be used to show the eyes by turning the hand in across the length of the eye, or I can be very cunning and perhaps fall over. Shakatam means wheel. The circular shape is the hub of the wheel, while the other fingers form the spokes. A gap remains open like an open mouth. Shakatam is used to depict demons by placing the gesture close to the mouth on both sides as if depicting fangs. Kilakam means bond. The first 3 fingers are rolled into the palm with the thumb over them. The little fingers curl down slightly to make a small hook. One of the hands is turned downwards, while the other hand links with it hook to hook. Kilakam is a soft gesture that is used to denote affection between people or small talk between lovers.
Bhayanakam, fear. Raudram, anger. Shringaram, love. Shantam, peace. Hasyam, laughter.
Pasha means noose. The first finger is bent slightly at the second joint to look like a hook. One of the hands is turned downwards, while the other hand links with it, hook to hook. This gesture can be used to show that you are having a fight with someone, straining the relationship. Or more literally, you can show a rope or a chain that has links. Mrigashirsham means animal head. The first 3 fingers are bent straight down to form a right angle. I can show that I'm quarreling with my partner, or I can call someone very dear close to me. I can make decorations on the floor by drawing patterns with my little finger. This practice is still seen in South India today. Sarpashirsham means head of a snake. All the fingers are brought together with the thumb bent at the first joint. The upright fingers bend in a curve from the second joint. I can use the gesture like this to show that I'm singing bass notes, or I can have a quick bath by sprinkling water over my head, or I can show a wrestler impressing his audience with the strength of his arms. Hamsasyam means beak of a swan. The first finger and the thumb are brought together, and the other 3 fingers are separated. This gesture is sometimes used to show an artist at work, painting a beautiful picture. It can also be a rabid dog biting. In a story that involves teaching, the gesture can denote sound advice. Tamrachudam means cock's comb, the crest on top of a rooster's head. The first finger bends like a hook, like this. There are many different birds and animals that can be shown with this gesture. Camel, for one. Or we can show a rooster himself along with another gesture. And a crow. Karkatam means crab. The fingers and thumbs are spread widely apart. The hands are then crossed together, weaving the fingers together while the thumbs are kept apart. You can use this gesture to show a lot of people joining together. Or I can pull a branch down from a tree. Or I can give my limbs a massage if I'm tired after a battle perhaps. Kurmam means tortoise. The right hand is brought on top of the left hand and the first 3 fingers of both hands fold over each other, leaving the little fingers and thumbs open. It is also a symbol of the second of the 10 incarnations of the god Vishnu. Padmakosham means lotus bud. The fingers and thumb are first brought together and then opened slightly. This is very useful for eating food or ringing a bell loudly. The gesture can also be used to reveal the breasts of a woman.
Nagabandham is a half-seated position with the feet crossed and heels raised. To get into the position, the feet are turned out. One foot is lifted and placed across the other foot and the heels are raised. Note how the body forms 2 intertwined serpents, which in fact is what the word means in Sanskrit. Nagabandham, the joining of the cobras.
Alapadmam means fully blossomed lotus. Keeping the palm facing upwards, the fingers are separated and twisted so that the little finger is pointing upwards. I can show that I'm separated from my beloved, or I can admire beauty around me by shaking one hand at the wrist, or I can illustrate a cart on a village road like this.